I think it's always constantly evolving of what resistance looks like. I recognize that for a lot of social justice movements, resistance is actually taking the form of rest, of being at peace and seeking ways to restore yourself. How are those who are fighting against systems of oppression are taking time to care for themselves, because that is important, of how we continue to not just pour out to others into our communities, but pouring back into ourselves so we can be revitalized to continue the fight. It's important because I felt, over the years that when people ask, a very similar question, is rooted in that history was just so long ago. We're talking about individuals who, are no longer here. Instead of actually seeing of how history is actually part of the present too, right? How are we history in the making and how is it motion? And that's what's really important, because they really establish a continuity of how we're still connected to our history and how it, it impacts all of us, not just the Black community. So that's what's really important, is to be able to understand and how are we drawing from lessons that occurred even 5 years ago and not just 50 years ago or 100 years ago. And so that's why Black history is really important, is to be able to really think through of how we all have something to learn and take away as we continue to try to be history makers.